and welcome to SOVL. SOVL is a strategy fantasy battle game which pitches two medieval style armies against one another, so knights on horseback and spears and shield bearers, but then it also intersplices some fantastical elements, so you'll get lords on griffins flying around and trolls stomping across the field and magic being thrown about the place, so interesting stuff. If you have any familiarity with Warhammer Fantasy Battles, you'll be right at home. If not, you'll pick up the game incredibly quickly. It's simple to understand and quite fun. As you've seen from the title and thumbnail, we'll be playing as the Dwarf Engineer this run. Specifically, this will be an artillery-focused run, so the exact opposite of the previous one we had. So if we were running through as the Dead Nations Necromancer with the maximum-sized army we can possibly get. So we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to take the minimum-sized army, single-entity siege engines are going to have to carry us through the entirety of the campaign. So think cannons, think ballista and things like that. For the difficulty, we played on difficulty 5, Enemies Rally. So as you go through SOVL, you unlock higher difficulties. 5 is the crucial one because it's the one that allows enemies a chance to recover from combat after they've been defeated. It massively changes the kind of way you approach fights and how you handle things, so that's pretty key. Other than that, that's what we're going to be going with. Okay, so we come to the most important decision we'll make throughout the entirety of the campaign, the selection of our 2 starting units. Now, unfortunately, the Dwarven Engineer comes with a unit of crossbows. We can't force him to be an artillery piece, so we'll have to go with none. But the other 2 we can select artillery. So we'll go with the double Dwarven bolt thrower here. And we get a choice here. We take the cannon or the Inferno cannon. So cannon is the standard one that does like extremely long ranged, but like elite killing damage, whereas the Inferno cannon kills hordes. Between the 2, we can pick up an Inferno cannon later. I would rather the Dwarf cannon now. I'll show you why. So here's our battlefield. So we just kind of go through, we've got our options. We're going to start on the left, and our objective is to make our way through left to right through the campaign until we get to the Act 1 boss here, and then Act 2. So I'll quickly go through the legend and show you what we're going to be doing. So cross swords are a battle, in which case your army faces off against an enemy army. You rewarded with gold and experience for your troops, the risk of sustaining casualties. The objective, of course, is to get through these fights while sustaining minimum casualties, because at the end of them, you're healed a little bit, and then you're allowed a choice between either some extra gold or a round of healing. So if you get through without taking any harm whatsoever to your force, you can just take gold on everything, which is great. Why do you want gold? Well, you can spend it in armories. These animal kind of symbols, they function as shops. You can use them to buy new units and upgrade the ones you already have. So generate as much gold as possible to buy things in here. That allows your army to get stronger, which makes it easier to go on, which allows you to snowball the campaign and have an easier time against the more challenging stuff you'll face later on. So for the other options, you get these elite battles, the sword down, functionally the same thing, except that they're harder in exchange for more gold. So if you're doing well, you can kind of aim for those and try to generate even more cash. The question mark dice here are random events. They're hard to describe because they can be any one of a random number of things. So imagine you might come across a holy lake that bestows a blessing upon one of your units, or a pack of monsters that needs to be exterminated in exchange for a magic item, stuff like that. So it could be anything. We'll kind of go through them as we land on them. And then the last one are these campsites, these tents. They are an alternative to battles that you usually want to avoid. Reason being is that unlike battles, they don't generate any gold. So if you're taking a campsite, the benefit of them is that when you get there, you immediately get a round of healing for everyone, and then you're given a choice between either a point of experience or a second round of healing. So you use them if your army is in dire straits and it's been getting its teeth kicked in, but if you're doing well, otherwise you want to try and aim for as many fights as possible to generate gold, to make yourself stronger, to make things easier. So with that in mind, we're going to chart a course through this campaign map, which takes us through as many fights as possible. Now, unfortunately, when we get to there, there's no... So we have to go... We can go through here and take a random event, or here or here. This path gets us 3 fights to the army, but then we get stuck here, so another one, and then we have to go through this and this. So we miss the elite, and we're stuck down in this path. We go up here, so we can count the number of battles we do. That'll give away whether it's a good or bad option. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 of which are elites. Or you can try... No, once you're up there, you're basically up there. So the only option is you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one of which is an elite. So the hardest path, which generates the most gold, will be up this way. So that's probably the way we're going to go. It doesn't mean we'll get less gold for the first shop, which is unfortunate, so we won't necessarily be able to buy as much as we otherwise would, but it's probably long-term the best bet. The alternative is we go down this way, we take our 3 fights, we take this campsite, and then We get no elites, which is probably a bit pushing it, so we probably want to come up this way. So we'll give this a go. Have a look at army, here we go. So I'm playing on a beta version of SOVL, which allows us to see the 3D models that are being implemented for all of the units. That's why you can see our crossbows, our Dwarf Engineer, our cannon, and things like that. The beta hasn't been expanded to cover all the DLC factions yet. The base ones are all done, so the way I've set this up is that I've set the models to only appear when we're zoomed in a certain distance, not always. The reason being is that if you can in the settings choose them to be always present. So we'll be facing Roman brigands here. You can be always present, but if you come up across one of those DLC factions that don't have them on, there'll be nothing. Not these icons here like this or the models. You just get a blank square, so it's not great from an information standpoint. So we're going to go with this compromise of max zoom gives you this, and once you zoom in a bit, you get to see them. So fairly reasonable. Okay, so let's go through. How are we going to handle this? We've got 3 pieces of artillery and a crossbow unit. Roman brigands will likely have an arch unit tucked away somewhere and a swordsman unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack ourselves in the corner, basically buy us as much time as possible as their stuff tries to meander over to us. Yeah, so a unit of archers and a unit of swordsmen. Kind of saw that coming. Before they come. So artillery are a bit niche where they function kind of differently, so all units in the game can move and shoot and things. Artillery are forced to make a choice when they activate. So we can activate one. You can either shoot with them. So if I show you how that works, so I'll try and twist. I could in theory shoot or I can move. What I'll probably rather do for this turn to get me a slightly better position is I'm going to move. I'm going to go all the way forward here. And twist a bit so I can get close to the edge. And then ordinarily rotating would cost you movement, but artillery are special where because they've got this weird movement interaction, they can do this instead. So no shooting for that one. I'm just going to take a cheeky shot of these Imperial Swordsmen. Okay, so what on earth just happened? What was all that? Well, when you're shooting at units, there's usually the game is decided by the roll of 6-sided dice. It's the base mechanic for the whole thing. So ordinarily you would have to roll a dice to see whether or not you hit. Cannons are a bit special where it's the first thing you fired in the campaign, but instead of rolling to hit, rather they roll a single dice. The dice result will either be 1, 2, or 3, and then that dictates the number of hits you get. You get 1 hit, which is fine. What happened after that was the saving throw. So saving throws are determined by looking at the power of the attacker against the defense of the defender. So in that case, we shot a power 8 cannon into a defense 4 Imperial Swordsman unit. Now the way the calculation works is that if your power is 3 or more greater than the enemy, they can only save on a roll of a 6+, which means on a 6-sided dice, only a roll of a 6 is successful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all fail. So they rolled a 4, which is pretty good, but that still fails, and that one of those poor swordsmen were directly hit by a cannonball and splattered into a fine mist around that area. He died. What we're going to do is we're going to move this one as well, because it's kind of stuck there right now. Really anything for it to do, trap back there. We'll get you to about... It's kind of awkward, I want to go a bit further than that. It's kind of in the way of our cannon there, but I think we'll be okay to thread the needle. And we're going to send the engineer and crossbowmen this way. Not going to be able to shoot things for a while. Now the engineer comes with an ability. It's kind of that he's would have been useful for me to use that immediately, but he can cast mechanical expertise. Well, cast is not really magic, is it? It's science. He's going to science one of our war machines here. Target war machine gets +2 defense, so you can prove its defense, and more importantly for our purposes, re-rolls 1s on ranged attacks. So when we shoot the crossbows, the bolt throwers, you'll be able to see how they operate in terms of 1s. But I'm actually going to put it on the dwarven cannon, because it also works for that one. If you roll a 1 on our random dice, 1, 2, or 3, he's allowed to re-roll it, so to roll it again to try and get a better result. So it significantly increases his general damage output. No charges, so that would be the phase where we declare charges. Four coming archers. Right, now the reason the archers haven't shot at us is because of ranges. The 2 most important keys, and pretty much the only keys you'll be using when playing SOVL, are the XC and the C key. The way these work is that the XC, the X key, will give away the charge range of your unit. So if there was an enemy unit in this blue area in the charge phase we just had, I would be able to declare a charge on them. Likewise, the C key tells you the charge range of enemies. If you're in this unit when it's a charge phase, they'll be able to declare a charge against you. Obviously not ideal, it's not particularly what you want to happen, so if you want to stay out of charge, there. If you hold the shift key and use X and C, you can see the maximum range of your kind of ranged units, and C key simply will be the enemy. So this is the enemy archer's range, and what they can see. They've blocked their line of sight a bit by their Imperial Swordsman there, but they can basically get to there. As you can see, they can't actually reach me. You can't bother me there, so they couldn't target anything, so we're perfectly fine. So what we'll do is we'll just turn and we're going to start firing at the archers. Okay, so I'll go and explain how the way bolt thrower shooting works is a bit different from the shooting of everything else. So you see here it says 5+. The reason for that is that when shooting at range, the way it works is you take the number 7 and you subtract your skill from that number, and the result will determine what your hit roll is. So 7 minus a skill of 3 is 4, so we'll be hitting on 4s. However, here if we hover over it says 5+. What does that mean? 5+ effectively means is that on the roll of a 5 or 6, you'll successfully hit. So you need to roll at least a 5 in order to score a hit. The reason it's 5 and not 4, despite 7 minus 3 being 4, is because of the -1 long range penalty there. So as you can see from the colorations, green would be short range, at which point we'll hit that 4 skill of 4+, so any 4, 5 or 6, but because they're a bit further away, and you know, maybe the wind can blow the bolt off course as it tries to get over there, you suffer a range penalty and are reduced to 5+, so we'll take the shot anyway. I'm going to prioritise the archers because realistically the swordmen are never going to be able to bother us. We can just sort of dance around them, but the archers are actually going to be shooting at us and they are a nuisance, so we are going to do something about them while we can. I'm not able to target them, so I'll just hit the swordsman for now. So I just went, so I shot a power 3 crossbow into a defense 4 swordsman. So because defense exceeded power in this case, they saved on a 3+. So a 3, 4, 5 or 6 all succeed, only a 1 or 2 fail. So it represents the defense being superior to the oncoming power of the attack. They get better odds than not, so only a 1 or 2 will fail. So yeah, their 3 and 5 are good enough, they're fine. We have another unit, which is this. I'm not going to be able to hit them, so we're going to shoot the swordsman. So we roll a 1, but we get to re-roll it because we put mechanical expertise and we turn it into a 3. And again, because we're power 8 and only defense 4, they can only save on 6s, so even that 5 isn't good enough. We just blow apart 3 swordsmen. Imagine the cannonball careening through and cutting through the entire rank like that. No charges for us. Forward come the archers. They're going to target a bolt thrower, which is fine, so they hit on 6. Now the reason they hit on 6s is because it's really bad for them, because it's 4s normally, the skill 4, 5+ because they're long range, and then all of my artillery pieces have the protected crew perk. So they count as being in cover and inflict an additional -1 penalty to range attacks. So even their 5s won't do it, so they lost 2 attacks there, so it's saved. And then defense-wise, they're power 3 bows, I'm defense 4, so I save on 3+, I take 1 wound. Fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shoot the archers. They're still the biggest threat to me, they're the things that can actually hurt me. Okay, the swordsmen are going to waste their time chasing my crossbowmen around, it seems. I can't hit anything with this unit now, so I'm going to go ahead and reposition. It's a bit silly being sat here and not being able to target anything. I'm just going to touch the woods here, that'll allow me to see into them and through them. So next turn I'll be able to target them. Everyone else could just fire into it. They're getting a bit close. I should probably start thinging down the Imperial Swordsman while I have a chance. One less. And ooh, that's still short range. Yeah, go on, I'll do 1 more into these. Oh, good hit, all 3. And kill another 2. Great. And 4. No charges for us, so they're going to blink away at us again. Now they've targeted this one. So because I placed mechanical expertise on this one, its defense improved all the way up to 7. So their dinky little power 3 shots are going to be saved on anything but a 1. Yeah, so 2+. That represents the defense being overwhelmingly superior to the power of the oncoming attack. In fact, we're so safe now because the enemy is always going to target him. I'm actually going to prioritise the swordsman because their efforts from the archers are basically going to achieve nothing for the rest of the fight. Forward he comes. Okay, let's go ahead and start stripping away them with the crossbows, point blank. Kill another 1, that's good. Makes it easier for us to escape this way. I have no interest in engaging them. Dwarves are tough, but it is still a ranged unit predominantly, so I don't really want to get stuck in close quarter combat with a swordsman unit, so you can just target the archers. 1 less, and you'll do the same. 1 less, there you go. 1 at a time, just going thunk, thunk, just putting a whole colossal crossbow bolt into her archer. Oh, they reached me there because they can see me through. I didn't see. Oh, they just caught me. Irritating. Okay, well done, you got me there. So I can kind of show off how melee combat works now. Go ahead and shoot this first. They try and fail to shoot me there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this unit around now and have them come over here and hit those swordsmen and kill them for me. I can't shoot anything this turn, which is fine. Just continue to chip away at the archers. Right. So the swordsmen have reached me and about to engage in combat. Let's see how this goes. So the swordsmen get to attack. Right, I'll explain what just happened. So in combat, the way hitting works is slightly different from shooting. Rather than taking the number 7 and subtracting skill, rather it compares skill to skill. So we're skill 3 and they're skill 3, so we have equal skill, meaning the enemy hits on a 4+. So a roll of a 4, 5, 6 succeed, give exactly a 50-50 chance of hitting. It represents the skill of the two combatants being exactly equal. You have equal odds. They rolled a 2, 2, 3 and a 1, so they completely failed to hit me. The reason I wasn't particularly concerned with the charge is that because I'm defense 7, they were power 3, they'll go up to 4 because they get +1 charge bonus for hand weapon. They're still 3 under my defense, which means I would save on a 2+, so I only take damage on a 1. Effectively, I'm not going to really take any damage at all. So they've done nothing to my cannon. My crew is now going to attack back with 2 attacks with equal skill, so hitting on 4+. 2 hits, right? And we killed, so we actually won the combat. My 2 artillery crewmen here beat one of the oncoming swordsmen to death as he tried to get in. They just picked up a cannonball and smashed it over some guy's head. Serves you right. No charges, thank you. I was hoping I get to go first because then I can move them into cover, but no, he managed to squeeze off his shot beforehand. But I'd save it, so we're okay. What I suspect will happen is if I target all my shooting into the archers, the enemy will just give up this turn. Yeah, there you go. So you don't need to play, once the enemy hits routing this turn, you need to play more. Yes, they've successfully rallied, well done, but just skip phase and end the game, because at the end of this kind of full thing, you'll just get a victory anyway. We took 1 wound on the bolt thrower, however, it's effectively 0 wounds. So the way artillery work is that they have 5 wounds like anything else, but if they're taking any damage, they will always heal at least 1 wound at the end of any combat. So effectively, 4 out of 5 wounds is max health. You haven't practically taken any meaningful damage. So yeah, this unit starts a bit low because it's just the way, because of the difficulty you're on, but otherwise we're okay. So you can either heal or take gold, so we have no choice, we have to take gold on these. I'll probably just take gold on this unit because that's still perfectly usable at that size. Yeah, we're happy as we are, so we're going straight into the next one. Against Orc Scouts. We're going first, which is not ideal, I'd rather they've done. So they'll have a brick of infantry and a really fast unit of cavalry on some flank. So again, I'm going to pack myself into a corner with my artillery because this is effectively how you get this army to work. Give yourself a little bit of space to wiggle around, don't need to be too tight. Yeah, they're all the way, so we get a big brick of infantry and some boar rider orcs here on pigback. So the version of orc cavalry, I guess, is riding pigs into battle. But yeah, we've got excellent range on our artillery, as you would expect. You can pretty much hit anything you want whenever you want. They're kind of annoyingly hiding behind cover, so I'm not going to be able to target them very well. So orc warriors it is. Turn and fire. Thunk. No hits there. And then I'm going to again put mechanical expertise on the cannon to increase its damage output. Now this unit I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to get it behind this building. Reason being, as I don't want that annoying unit of them to come around here and hit them there. That'd be quite irritating. And I could just about squeeze a shot here as well, which is great. 6, 6, 5, 4. Pretty good roll from them. No damage. So this turn I'm hoping the Boar Riders will get here for me to shoot them. They go first and have positioned themselves excellently. Go ahead and start chipping away, so I'll shoot you first. So 1, but we get to re-roll the 1 because they got into a 3, fantastic. Right, now, why did they die so well? Artillery, so both of these are particularly effective against cavalry because cavalry have 2 wounds. So usually that's great, they've got 10 wounds worth of guys there that can sustain a lot of damage. However, if you look at any of all 3 of our pieces there, they all have lethal shots. This unit's ranged attack deal 2 times wound against multi-wound targets. So anyone we get through will actually do double wounds. So we rolled a 3, we're power 8, they're defense 5, we're 3 over their defense. They can only save on 6s, they rolled a 5, 2, 1, no failed, they failed 3. But because they do double wounds, their 2 wound guys died, instantly killed 3 of them. So these are particularly effective against these what would normally be a more durable target, but they end up just being fodder for the artillery pieces. You can't quite fit because you're in the way, so I'm going to shoot that one and then scooch you backwards and then have you shoot them. Like so. Good shot, double 6. And we've killed the whole unit. Great, now we're just going to work on them. No charges, thank you. They're going to take a while to get to us, so we've pretty much got free reign to hack bits off of them with our shooting. Alright, level 3, okay. Fire away. I think the damage up here would be pretty good. We're rather close at this stage. The cannon actually doesn't care about range because there's no penalty, plus or minus, is it? It's just going to be a flat whatever they shoot on every time. It will be able to reach us this turn, so hopefully we can do a lot of damage. Will not be charging, thank you. Interesting, they're kind of there. So what I could do is shoot these two. Reroll the 1 into a 2. And another 2. I'm hopeful I can do enough damage to them this turn, such that I don't have to... Or triple fire, here we go. Yeah, okay. I've done enough damage to them that they're routing, so we can just... Well, let's see if we can kill them all. Out of petty malice. No, we can't. Okay, there you go. They live, but then they're not going to be able to engage me in combat, so that's fine. Wouldn't really expect 3 Orc Warriors to bravely charge their deaths there, would you? So we've gained enough XP now to start leveling units, so both our bolt throwers and our cannon have leveled. Let's level up. You get a choice of 3 options. You can either get some gold, reroll 1s for ranged attacks, or unit rerolls fail damage saves. That's pretty good, but I'm not really concerned with sustaining damage at this point. I'm more concerned with dealing it. So the gold will be, I mean, if you want to take gold, it would be now because you can use it to generate a lot of cash. But the units, the bolt throwers particularly aren't that great, as you may have picked up on already. The cannon's a lot better, so helping their damage output any way I can is probably the way to go. This bolt thrower, I don't particularly care about either of those because having an extra wound isn't great. And well, the range, we've been shooting everything every turn anyway with our range, so it pretty much covers the map. So yeah, gold please. And the Dwarven cannon is leveled. Interesting. Okay. So when you're rolling your dice, so you get, gold is gold, you know what that is. So veteran accuracy, when we get the 1, we can re-roll the 1, or we can take veteran crew, which is +1 bonus. So the way that works is when you roll your dice, you get 1, 2, or 3, and then you add 1 to that. I have to know, mathematically, the veteran crew is the better choice here because it adds more over it. But specifically in this case, it's absolutely the better choice because we can use mechanical expertise on the cannon anyway. So we'll be re-rolling 1s regardless. So we get the maximum amount of damage. We can already re-roll 1s and get our bonus hit. In theory, yes, if you took this one, you could then put reroll 1s on one of the bolt throwers, but it's way more useful on this unit anyway. So there you go. So we're all fine. So max out our gold, please. We'll come to this random event. Interesting. A mercenary commander. So another use of mechanical expertise, another engineer on a flying machine. I'm tempted. I usually don't bother with these, but I'm tempted. It will mean we'll have to forego buying any units when we come to the shop, I'm afraid, because we won't have enough cash left over. But it's a pretty good one. I think it fits the theme because we are an artillery piece. Yeah, I'm going to count the Dwarven flying machine as an artillery piece. You'll never convince me otherwise. So I'm pretty happy. It's an engineer contraption run, so I'm going to take that. I think I'm happy with that. And then we'll go into the shop. We're not going to have enough to buy. Yeah, unfortunate. So, I mean, I would have just ended up buying either maybe the stone thrower, but there's none of the good artillery pieces here, so the flame cannon or standard cannon. So bolt thrower is a bit pants. So yeah, perfectly happy with the choice we made. We got it for even cheaper than we would there. So good deal. So we'll go for upgrades instead. Right, we can buy explosive shell for our cannon, which improves its which subtracts the damage. So effectively everything in the game would be saving on at best a 6+. That's maybe a bit excessive. We're already power 8. The only things not already saving on a 6+ are defense 6 big monsters. So really, we could just pick that up. We're not going to be encountering toughness 6 or 7 monsters for a bit, so we can just leave that for now. So we'll focus up here. You can buy great weapons for attacks. We're not going to be doing that. We're not really going to be using them in combat, let's be honest. So instead, we're going to focus on these. We have 142 gold to play with. Now, I think it's pivotal that we buy the flying machine some upgrades because it comes with defense 4, which isn't great, let's be honest. It's a bit fragile for how fast, what we're going to be doing with it. So I think we'll prioritize giving you some upgrades so we can improve its armor at the cost of some movement, but then we can also buy to improve its movement massively anyway. So be tougher and be faster. Good. Okay, so we can maneuver around nice and effectively now. Otherwise, we've got 35 gold left. What we'll probably want to do is buy the new engineer we just purchased here, so Orin Iron, for a gun. So the flying machine can fly around and shoot things with its steam gun. It's got a ranged option, so it hosed people with high-powered gas. So while it's doing that, we can also blast them with the pistol, which is good because it works on the skill of the engineer. It's quite high, so he hits quite consistently. The other option is that we buy heavy armor for the crossbows. The reason why that's tempting is you have a look at the crossbows. They have the sturdy ability, so all standard dwarves unit have this. You can't see it on artillery, but they do. So effectively, -1 movement always, but then you don't incur any movement penalties from heavy armor. So ordinarily when units are buying heavy armor, they get -1 movement and +1 defense. It's a trade-off. The dwarves, however, they come with an inbuilt -1 move, so any negative from the armor is effectively cancelled. So it's just 50 gold for 1 defense, which is great. But I think we'll be fine for now. I would prefer the damage output, so we'll go with that, and that'll be our lot from there. Okay, here we're going to have to make a decision. We can go the hard path or the easy path. I think I'm going to go the hard way, because this is, in Act 1 is the slightly easier battles where you'll be able to generate a lot of gold more effectively, so you probably want to take the harder battles while you can. So we're going to come up this way and take the kind of maximum number of fights as we go through. Space a Goblin War Party. They're going first, which is good because I like to see where they move. Again, same strat. It's just, well, we pack everyone into the corner except for our new ultra mobile flying. So, couple things to note. So, the ramming speed, so it gets +1 power in the charge. It has a steam gun. Yeah, it can shoot things, which is great. It flies, so flying is probably the best thing about this. Fly speed 20 is the maximum speed in the game. Well, it would at flying 20, and then it has an extra 4 movement from that. So 24 -1, so 23. So 24 is technically the fastest you can go, I think. So it's down to 23 there, which is pretty quick. And then, yeah, and then fly also allows you to ignore terrain. So I can stick him in there, I get the benefit of the terrain, and I'm not slowed down. So terrain does that thing where it provides cover and blocks line of sight, but it also, for units that don't fly when they get into it, their movement is halved. So it simulates it's pretty difficult to navigate through this kind of wooded area. Not flying units, they're just hovering over it. What do they care how woody a thing is? Which is good, because they have a lot of short bows that are about to come blasting at us, apparently. So I guess we want to prioritise hitting them as much as we can. Yes, they have some fast units over here we'll have to deal with, but they're going to take a while to get over us too. Short bows it is. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put mechanical expertise on you, so it can reroll its shot. I'm not going to be able to hit anything for a bit, so I just maybe I can touch this wood and shoot them. I can, great. Shoot the short bows. I want to get rid of their ranged capacity first, because that's what's going to be shooting at me and bothering me. Yeah, so I didn't actually get into the woods enough to benefit from cover, but I've got good armor, so they just bounce off. Good, okay, so we'll have you. All hands fire into the short bows. Good, they're going to take a while to get there, we're not that fussed about them. Alright, so it's 2 + 1 now, so 3 hits because of the upgrade, which is great. So we'll kill our way through that unit pretty quickly. Trolls are stomping their way down there. We'll have some wolf riders to deal with later as well. Thunk. No hits there. So they've gotten close enough that they're actually already able to reach me. Good news though, we don't care, because as I'm about to show, our movement is such that we're out. There you go. Who gives the monkeys? What I'd like to do is I'd like to get into the rear of this unit. Can't quite do it this turn, so what I'll do is I'll just chill out here, and actually I'll leave myself in cover, so just in case they try shooting at me, I get the benefit of the... Oh, I've also got my own use of mechanical expertise because he's an engineer. This is fantastic because I can put it on myself, which raises the defense of my flying machine all the way to defense 7, which is fantastic. Now if I get shot at them, they've got to do so. I can steam gun them. Shh, so they do. He gets they kind of synergize nicely where he gets to improve his own unit. And he gets to reroll ones with the steam gun that makes it hard as nails. So yeah, it's a really nice synergy there. An engineer on a flying machine. No charges, thank you. Or they come, don't particularly care, I'm just going to keep shooting at these. 1 only, okay, that's a bit annoying. Did lose a crossbow there, that's okay. Just keep shooting. So they're going to come charging over here. They might be able to reach me this turn with their good movement, so I'm going to do is shoot them and then move this way to get behind the terrain so they can't bother me. You want to make sure you don't get it so you're not touching it, so I should be safe-ish there. You're going to turn and shoot. So they hit on 4s, which is a bit annoying, but then I save, because I'm defense 7, I save on 2. So yeah, 2, 2, 2, 2, all good. No damage sustained. Even that dismal roll is good enough. Chipping away here. Your trolls are going to turn to face me. We don't particularly care. A short bow there, good. And they're going to come charging through. They're not able to reach anything yet, so I'll have some chance to shoot them. How am I going to handle this, do you think? Probably like so. Over we go, and turn. Steam gun them. Yeah, we'll be able to defeat this entire unit with this, we can pistol them with that pistol I bought, so this is why I bought it, because you can add to the DPS. We will effectively win a one-on-one fight with that pretty easily. Will not be charging, thank you. Forward come the goblins, so they've gotten close to the goblins. What I really need to do is I need to shoot them quite badly, so I need to stall until they get through here and get into range of us. So let's get you out of the way. And just fire a shot at these before they can. Anything you could do to reduce their numbers and reduce the incoming damage is good. They're going to shoot us again. One hit. One up, great. Another one. Right here. I don't think he's... Well, I need to hedge here because I need to wait to see where that troll goes. So let's shoot something else first. He probably won't be able to interact with the goblin there, so I'm going to have you shoot that one. These wolf riders are going to be annoying because of their speed. Okay, you're wasting time with this. That's annoying. Yeah, no damage there. Okay, so tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to effectively hide behind this unit so the trolls can't get to me by squashing myself right up as close as I can here. So it's unlikely the trolls will be able to get anywhere to actually reach me because I'm hidden behind. Well, I guess we could be even safer than that. I can just shoot them and run directly backwards. That's probably a better option, yeah. We just cook a whole load of them. Pow pow. Yeah, great. I guess I'll just go this way. No way the trolls can bother me now. I'm putting myself here, I'm trying to be a bit clever. Just think I might be able to hit that. If I don't do enough damage to that annoying goblin unit, I might have to send my fellow into the back of them here. I think they'll be slowed down enough by that, they can't bother me, but it's still pretty risky, so let's just do this. Just worried about being chased down by that troll unit. We should be safe at this distance. We'll do that like so. They're trying to come after me, they'll never get there. They've waited as long as they possibly could to use this unit, it's quite annoying. I can't even reach them, it's quite annoying. Really? There we go, I can just... So I don't want to shoot them, or do I want to start running away now? I'll probably just shoot them. One dead instantly, so he's going to come forward now. Good, right into range of the cannon, which is the real one that can kill them. 2+1, I was hoping for 3+1 there, but we can effectively almost wipe the unit. A single wolf rider isn't a threat to anyone, we can just ignore that. Yeah, you're going to charge me there, I don't particularly care. I can't intercept them or anything because I can't... Oh, that's unlucky, I barely can't see them. Okay, yeah, you hit that unit if you want. I suspect he'll just die in combat. Me first, okay, so I'm going to have to do something about this annoying goblin mob directly in front of me now. Forward he comes. They've moved into a terrible position, that doesn't bother any. But bear in mind, once this unit dies, they will be able to see that me there. So I'm going to start maneuvering myself away from them. Like so. You're going to turn and shoot them, do nothing because you have pitiful damage. You're also, I suspect, just going to move away. Nothing for you to shoot here anyway, so we're getting a bit tight with this annoying goblin mob at this point. So the trolls have moved up. Guess what? You'll never reach us. Ha ha ha. Roast. Oh yeah, max damage. That should just be the... Oh well, okay, 5, 6, never mind. I was hoping we could just kill them all off this turn. No, we're going to be here for another turn cooking you guys. I mean, just leave him, yeah. This is... The amount of, like, value that he's distracted over is pretty great. So, can I defeat this wolf rider? He does a wound, they do nothing to us, and then he just dies. It's really pathetic as units go. With this goblin mob, I might actually charge it in the side. The reason being is that he's going to turn this way, and it's going to be pretty annoying. I'm not going to be able to get around him or escape him, so Yeah, I think I'd probably just be better off hitting them in the flank now and getting rid of them. Forego the shooting of the artillery because they're not going to benefit from it. You're going to pester me here. Oh, they finally did a wound. Well done. Okay, so can I shoot that troll? Not quite. No. No. It's usually if you just wiggle it a bit, it eventually gives you a... There we go. I don't know why. 1, which becomes 1+1, which is fine. Okay, we come on. It's crucial you kill a whole troll. So if you look at the trolls, their abilities here, they have regeneration. So unit recovers all missing wounds at the end of turn. Effectively, they have 3 wounds each. So unless you do at least 3 wounds, so let's simulate. So they've got a wound on them here. If that wound is going to heal at the end of this turn, so kill a whole. So if I land only 1 shot, if they save 1, I'll effectively do no damage. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to roast this unit, and then turn around and come help with this because they might persist long enough to be a nuisance here. So can I just fire a pistol at them while I'm here? I mean, I might, in theory, do 2 wounds and kill off the wounded one if I'm incredibly lucky. No, just 1. So look, I've done 2 wounds to that troll of 3. But it effectively amounts to 0, I'm afraid, because he's just going to heal it all. So you're going to come over here and engage into this combat, because I'm going to presume they're going to hold on. Maybe I can squeak a shot here. No, not quite. Oh, come on. No. Yeah, got him. No hits though, and then you're pretty sure you're not going to be able to reach anything from there. Yeah, nice try. 2 trolls remain. Can I break this goblin mob in 1 round before they can turn around and hit me? So you can hold spacebar if you want to speed combat up. Yes, I can, because they've done terribly. There you go. Goblins not exactly known for their courage. We're not going to charge, because yeah, we're happy to shoot them now. Forward come the trolls. Guess what? Go back 1, reroll them 2. Good, that's enough damage to kill 1, certainly. In fact, it just wipes. It's 6 wounds. So they got 3 wounds each, and they kind of carry over. You've rallied. Why on earth have you done that? That's a terrible decision. Go ahead and cock them now. And pistol. Get. And on down, and you're perfectly safe there, so just stay where you are. Crossbow them in the spine. 4 crossbows lodged in the spine. I'm going to have you come up this way so you can escape. Yeah, well, if we do a lot of damage, we might be able to get to run away this turn. No, we have to keep rolling 6s. They just held on. For some reason, these 12 goblins think they have a chance. Fair enough. Who am I to dissuade you, valiant goblins? And at this point, I'm just going to shoot them a little bit and then end it because there's no point in carrying on. I'm just going to get him out of the way just in case it does this. Sometimes it glitches and breaks and forces you to play another round even though it's over. But yeah, we're fine otherwise. That's good. I think we sustained a couple crossbow casualties, but otherwise we're pretty good. Yep. Some levels for the gentleman here. So our engineer leveled. Take an attack. Gold. I'm probably going to take recruiter. Because yeah, when you get new units, you'll be able to. Although we're not going to get enough battles. Oh no, when we get a new one in that fight before the boss, we get one. So I think a little bit attacks on him is pretty much worthless because he's not going to be spending any real time in combat. And 5% extra gold is nice, but not a burning priority. So I'd rather recruiter. And he's a company crossbow unit. Right. Reroll 1s or reroll. So that's 1s against everything, or reroll attacks against ranged units, which is pretty good for us because I'm using them to shoot at enemy range stuff quite a bit. So I'm actually going to take that. And just for this one, I'm going to give him a heal because I would like that unit to be at pretty much full size because they're a crucial damage dealer. Everyone else can spam gold. Okay, now here we get to here. I'm definitely going to take that elite battle because I want to generate as much cash as possible. Get Gundrick Anvilhide. Okay, pretty open field, good for us. We're not going to have to bother, be worried about not hitting things. You could just chill out there because you'll benefit from the cover. And we're going to spread you guys out nicely so you don't get bothered by anything. Or if they do try and hit you, they're going to have to make a deliberate choice to chase a particular unit. Like this, I guess, is good. Okay, so I have a crossbow unit over here I'll have to deal with, that's fine. First thing I'm going to do is put mechanical expertise on myself, just in case they shoot at me, so I have a 2+ save, so they'll bounce off. I'm going to forego running at them this turn, because I'm going to force them to... No, okay, they don't have to move forward, they're already in range, so fine, just shoot at me with cover and I'll be okay. Oh, I don't... Ah, that's what was happening. Okay, so the downside to flying units is, yes, you can ignore terrain, but you don't benefit from cover. So that's what's happening. I didn't realise that. So, okay, they're going to get their full shots on me, but I've got a pretty good save, so don't worry about it. And then these three rather slow units are going to take a while to get to me, so let's start trimming them down. You know what I should have done? I should have put mechanical expertise from that first before I shot it, but oh well, we do it now. And yeah, that's probably the softest target, the berserkers, so let's chip that away. Say that, they make all their saves anyway. Just come forward, because you're going to want to start kiting these as quickly as possible. You can shoot, yeah. The reason the deep guard saved on 5+ and not 6+ against the cannon is, yes, we had the necessary power to be over their defense, but they have masterwork armor, so add 1 to damage save. So whatever they should be saving on, improve it by 1. So it should have been 6s, but it improves to 5s, so it gets to keep them in the fight a little bit longer. I'm going to ignore that because I'm going to beeline my Dwarf Engineer at it and have them deal with it, so you could just give me more DPS onto the units that rather matter. No charges for me, thank you. Okay, yeah, just free to do this. 3+1's pretty good, max damage, yep, got another 3, halfway through the unit already. You're pretty slow, so I just need to twist a little bit and you won't be able to reach me. I'm going to have these ones shoot the berserkers though specifically because they are a bit of a hassle. 1, 2. Also, they'll be a lot softer target, and I'm going to turn around. So preemptively, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let them come. So it's my turn. They'll inch towards me the minimum distance to get into contact, and then I can just inch and turn and shoot them again, which is convenient. So done. You're going to shoot me somewhere. I'll just wait for them to do a long range shot and then move. Keep plinking away here. Yeah. There we go. Save on 2+. No damage. Not surprising. And then this one, no damage there. I'm going to have you come forward. So I won't be able to get to anything useful like a side arc or anything like that this turn. But next turn what I'll be able to do is, at least you'd rather be able to get into... They're going to get one short range shot at me, which is fine. In recompense I can then get around there and hit them in the back next turn, which is... So unfortunately I will be able to steam gun them, but because they're in cover, the steam gun's not going to do a whole lot. I'll say that I did 3 wounds. Their random dice attacks like this are disproportionately affected by cover, so usually it's -1 to hit, but when you generate by dice, it's just -1 to each dice roll. So my 3 and 3 there became 2 and 2, so I got 4 instead of 6. The more dice you have, the worse. If I roll a 1 and 1, for instance, it becomes 0, 0, and you can do no damage. So you can effectively just bounce off, which is a bit annoying. Otherwise, no charges for me. You've completely wasted your time going the wrong way. Well done. Good news for me. I'm going to have you shoot the deep guard again. 1, reroll that please. Into a 3. Good stuff. 4. Okay, so that unit will be finished this turn, I'm fairly confident. You're going to try and fail to catch them. Good. That's a lot of hits. That should be enough to finish him. Got him. Excellent. They're now going to shoot you again. It's going to be a good shot because they're nice and close. Yeah, I did take a wound. I kind of saw it coming. That's fine. I'm going to have you beeline up here. Turn and rear arc them. So we're going to get... So our 4 became a 2, which is only 1 wound, and we might as well pistol them as well. No, okay, so it's still 6. I'm going to charge in there because I'm hopeful that being stuck in their rear will actually be enough to kill them. Here, simple enough, we're just going to go forward again. Now, I'm not able to twist and shoot them without getting stuck in combat, so I'm just going to have to be happy with getting to about there. Like so. Nothing for me to shoot, fair enough. And then you start killing, they've gone the wrong way, so pick on these berserkers next. You're going to kill that. Confirm. Okay, they've now turned around, well done, you've at last made the correct decision. You're safe, so we'll shoot you first. Berserker, that's fine. Okay, now I know where they've landed, I can start shooting freely. Good shot again, cannon. Very, it's what we like to see. Oh yeah, good damage. Can you see him, or are we in the way? Okay, let's just move you out of the way first. Can I get somewhere where I can turn and shoot? Yes, I can. Very good. One less. Okay. So next turn I should be able to finish that unit. There's only 2 left. Good. And then we can all focus on that one. He's literally going to have to pick only a single target. So can I... I'm a little bit skeptical as to my ability to break them here, because they're pretty tough. So yeah, I get 5 attacks, power and charge, which isn't bad, but we're not exactly in amazing combat. But 3 damage, no hits back. We might be able to have them run. Yeah, we got them. Stuff. No charges. I could charge into them, but I'm intentionally not going to do so, and I'll explain why. Before they come, I think annoyingly, yeah, I'm going to have to reposition this guy to escape now. Unfortunate, but fair enough. Let's do this first. They're all dead. Good. Come forward and start harassing this big unit. They rallied. Okay. So the reason I didn't charge is because what I can do now is I can come forward, shoot them a bunch, do a bunch of damage, and then in the next turn charge them anyway. So because they can't do anything in the turn they're ready, they're stuck there. So effectively, I'm just giving myself a chance to do some extra damage, which I have. So when I charge in now, there's only 2 left, which is going to be a lot easier to deal with. Yeah, you shoot that. You shoot that, and then you'll reposition away because you're getting a bit tight on space here. These units are usually a right mare to deal with because of their special abilities and the like, but not when I can just shoot them to death without ever engaging with them. Whee! It has the shield wall ability that reroll all of your saves in 1 round of combat. So for 1 round of combat, they become hard as nails and are basically immovable. Yeah, I'll just charge them. They should be able to do 2. I don't particularly fear reprisal in case they do happen to hold on. Forward he comes. I'm just gonna... It's annoying that they've picked that cannon to target because it's my best unit at shooting them, but never mind. You'll still die eventually to the damage output I'm throwing at you here. In position. You will never kill this cannon. Stop trying. Shot there, guys. 1 less Dwarven warrior. Oh, 2 hits. 2 less Dwarven warriors. Very good. All clear. And then up here. Can I eliminate 2 crossbows? Probably not. I haven't got great damage output. Yeah, only the 1. He might stay in combat and turn and hit me here. No, he still runs away. Very intimidating flying machine. Attacking him from behind. Yep. A couple levels there, which is good. Oh, and our new Dwarf Engineer and flying machine. So he leveled. With him, I'm tempted to take more combat-oriented stuff because he's actually... I'll take the skill first because it helps both his combat and his shooting. So it means it hits on 2++, so we'll do that first. And we might come back for the attack later. And this... Ooh... What's its power? Steam gun is power 3. It would become power 4. That's a pretty big deal against a lot of targets. It improves your damage against defense 3 and defense 4 things. So I think that would be consistent. So the +1 to hit would be 2d3. So it would be 2 to 7 +1. But against almost everything we'll be shooting at, I'm pretty sure the Rune of Flame will actually be mathematically helping us more. So I'm going to go with that for damage output. Good. Okay, so gold-wise, everything. Everyone's fine. Took no damage. Pretty good stuff. Can we squeeze in one more? I think we squeeze in one more fight quickly. Yeah, we're doing quite well. So let's do another one here. Against an elf patrol. We go first. I kind of prefer it when they go first because then I can see what they're doing and move around accordingly. But that's fine. So here, 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 I don't know, about there. You can just sort of be in the way and kite, guys. Okay, so we have a chariot, a big brick of heavy cavalry, elven lancers, and some light cavalry routes. So they can move and shoot, but I'm not particularly concerned about them because how am I going to handle it? I can mechanical expertise the cannon immediately and just execute this unit pretty easily. Even get a shot off on them. Why not? Oh, okay. Okay, so we instantly, yeah, they've got 2 wounds each, so 4 is 2 casualties, but that's already pretty good. You're going to move to there. Okay, let's go ahead and blow this unit away now. 3 plus 4, yeah, that's pretty much game. Good start. Never got to do anything. Here they come. This is going to be a particularly easy one. So you might think that, oh, because they're ultra fast, they're going to run onto us quickly, and this is going to be a nightmare of a thing to deal with. Not particularly, because they're they've not got the unit numbers to actually bother us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... So how far did he get? He got to there, he didn't reach anything, so steam gun him. First, mechanical expertise yourself first immediately, so you get your rerolls. So we'll steam gun him. Reroll the 1. They have good armour, so you're not going to do a huge amount of damage, but you're better than nothing. And we'll just get out of their way. Whee! Like so. This unit of Lancers, because of its durability, might just about be able to limp into combat, but honestly, who cares? It's not going to amount to much. Forward they come. So he's prioritising that unit, which is interesting. It's not what I would go for, but never mind. 3 + 1, yeah, max damage. No 6s, so 4 instantly die. 3 left. You're going to turn and face him, which is great. He made a terrible decision. That's a bad decision. Start blinking off a few more. Just made the save from that one. Fire. It's long range, which is unfortunate. There's nothing I can do about it. 1 less because of you, which is good. Am I able to get you away? It's going to be pretty hard, I think. Probably not. No, it's a bit too tight. So what I'll be better off doing then is getting up there and doing maximum damage to him. Get to short range, yeah, fire away. There's only a couple of Lancers left, they haven't really... Well, 1 Lancer in fact left, it's not that big a deal. And what I might be able to do is something a bit cheeky. If I can get up here, out of his way, and then turn, would I be able to catch? I can't. Oh dear, I can't see. If I squint, can you see the edge of the range of my... There's too much green going on. I can't see where his range is. I don't know if that works. I'll get as close as I can. Yeah, I can steam gun him. Great. Double 1, try again. Double 3, excellent. And he's dead. There you go. No charge for you. And we're just about safe there. I could pistol him, but I'm not going to risk orientating for it. Great. That went perfectly. So this, when we take this fight, the Elf Patrol on paper seems scary, but I always found it to be pretty much the easiest of the battles you come across because they just don't have the unit density to be a threat. There you go, that was one of the easiest ones. We're effectively good at killing elites, and it's a all-elite army, multi-wound cavalry, chariots and stuff. So fine, no problem for us. Okay, so the bolts are leveled again. Yeah, we'll take more damage output because we just need it to be better. This bolt thrower leveled. Ooh, 1s or an extra. So with these, it's not +1 range attack. I think they actually, because they're not a random dice generator, by +1 range attack, it literally means you roll an extra dice. So you're rolling 4 dice and not 3. It's a pretty big deal in terms of damage output, so I think I'll go with that. And then the cannon leveled. Yes, excellent. Okay, so all cannons are forced to do that horrid thing where they either move or shoot. Unless Dwarven artillery, as a special exemption, you can get a level to get the Rune of Speed, can move and fire. I don't care what the other ones do, we didn't take that offhand. Previously, like all artillery in the game could do this, they can move and fire, but it was just obscene, it was too strong. But as one special exception, you can have it back in that unit, so there we go. Gold for everyone, because we're perfectly healthy. Yeah, we're rich, and we're going to take the next leap back, but I think that's where we'll leave that there. We're doing well with our artillery one, hammering away at things that are foolish enough to try and approach us, just blasting away. Do hope you enjoyed that. If so, do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and I seriously appreciate it, so thank you very much. If you have any notes on the run itself or anything you'd like to see in the future, please do drop a comment down in the comment section. I'm more than happy to take any feedback on board, or if you just want to chat, that's fine too. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.